Hello. I was thinking about, how Sharon goes on and on about, like, everybody needed her, everybody, needs her for content. She's the reason why people have subscribers, and she's this and she's that. If that was the case, Sharon, if you were that popular, you'd have gotten your other subscribers, bang, right back when you lost your channel. Where's 3,000 subscribers, Sharon? Like, really, where's 3,000 subscribers? What did they all just say? This woman sucks, but they had forgotten to, like, unsubscribe? Now, that I could believe. That I could believe. That they just were like, this woman sucks. I mean, I don't even talk like that, first of all, but what I found the most pathetic is you literally were reading my live stream out for your content. Nothing you said in your live stream had anything to do with you. Hi, Patricia. Then you got Prudently in there watching you read Patricia's comment to me about demons while you go blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Prudently lets you sit in her live stream and literally cause trouble because you got her by the gonads, which I'm sure she probably has. Because I didn't dox her, but we know you were. We know for a fact you were. It's insane. I gotta wonder what you do for Piercy and Gearhead and the guys in your chat that sit there and just follow your lead. If you like SG this week, then they're okay or whatever. Whatever. But the thing was, if you think for 1 minute I didn't know that behind the scenes you must have been saying something to people because your people weren't even like, listen, Sharon, why don't you just talk about yourself and your own life? Is it that bad? Is it that bad that you have to bumper hunt off other people's lives? Oh, yeah, well, that's because that's how kind and generous I am. You know? And Gearhead, all the shit you were saying in there about cancer. What the hell is wrong with you? Hopefully it'll never be you. And yes, I did lose my eyelashes and my eyebrows. Yes, I did. All body hair. Now, you guys want to keep negating cancer or anything else? Yes, it's a gift. Absolutely. About cancer, I mean, seriously, let's hope you never have to find out yourself. because your words are just, ugh, nasty. Now, I don't know if some of them have wives and they're afraid Sharon's going to start contacting their wives or something. I don't know. I just think it's really crazy. Hi, Simka. Really bad. Kendra, you want to know what the weird thing is? Is you're the one who can't keep things private. You made a video saying you won't talk about things that are private. You're not going to do that. You refer to a private email. I don't know if you've ever been committed. I was being facetious. That was in a private email. You think I'm really going to call your mom? Of course I'm not going to call your mom. Why would you make a video about it? Immediately. Immediately. And talk about being committed. I never said anything about you being committed. I don't even know if you were committed. I'm also not going to call your mom. The email was to you saying you couldn't even keep our agreement that if we ever had a falling out, we wouldn't air it out publicly. And you make a video immediately. I could post the email if I have to. It's a private email that you couldn't keep private. Your video is about you are not going to do that. Marianne Hope, if you're blocked, and I don't know why you would be if you are. Hi, Missing Loyalty. Pretty good. Shout out to Missing Loyalty. Remember? Shout out to all you guys, but the deal I made with the members to shout out. Danger, I mean, like, she makes a video saying, I will malicious and hurtful and lies are being said about Andrew. I said that to you privately, facetiously, and you know that. You went public about a private email type thing, asking you to not do that. Why is it you can't do those things? And Luna, she felt exactly the same way. We both said the same thing. So Tanger's saying, and I didn't buy into those things that she said about you. I said the same thing Tanger said, that we both liked you. And so when you would come and pop into the room, we had a hard time being, not being like, hi, Luna, and welcoming you. Luna, I never did anything to you, so you can keep running around. Yeah, she is. Yeah. God knows who she is. She could be some of the freaking troll accounts and this, that, and the other thing. But they're still all blaming them on me. Like, I'm not trick no good. You know? She goes, look, whoever it is has a cracked phone screen. Well, I bet you loads of people have a cracked phone screen, but I know for sure Sharon does. She talks about it all the time. I mean, even little things, Sharon, though, that you do, people, decent, normal people, say, wow, she dropped her shake and won't even, like, try to help clean it up. Or, Tangent, you were disgusted that Sharon took the handicap seat on the train. You were disgusted about it. And the weird thing is, She says it right here. Not Patricia, in case you didn't see. Right there. Hi, not Patricia. See? Just in case you missed it. Right there. See? I know. She said. Um, and now I saw you get a little, perturbed in Sharon's chat before when they were like, we don't appreciate what Mary was saying about Sharon, though. Do you see what I mean, Tanger? Those people are all about Sharon for some whacked out weird reason. I don't know. That was another thing, like when they would come in and they were, given support, it was all like, and what they did to Sharon. Hi, Jennifer. And what they did to Sharon, and what they did to Sharon. And it's like, yeah, but here's the thing, Sharon. The reason why you have to keep playing old stuff is because people just want to be done with it. But you are like this whole, you think can't stop, won't stop defines you. I mean, god dang, exasperating. Like, it doesn't anger me or anything. It's just like, I'm just like shaking my head, like, oh, and don't try to like, undermine. Yeah, but you still have the same news. I mean, the same name. I don't know. I went for the scan today and I go for another tomorrow. Just, but to see you sitting there actually reading off my live stream as a script, that's fucking bumper humping. And then I don't even know what that avatar is. What is the avatar? Can anybody else tell what it is? Um, then I realized that, like, where did all your other subscribers go? If that many people liked you and you were that popular, why weren't you just like bang already at 1,000 because you had over what 3,000 or whatever it was? So you do know that it wasn't you that got the subs. It was because Tom had like promoted you and everything. So I mean, whatever, Sharon. Oh, is it? Oh, all right. I'll get rid of one. Oh, okay. Thank you, Not Patricia. I just tried to too. I'll tell you what. There wasn't many people who. There was only like, a certain emoji that I've seen somebody using lately, and I'm telling you, I think prudently been like long time. So they just sometimes some people just like being ugly. Yeah. The only person I've been seeing using that coffin emoji lately is our lovely Bible study teacher. I couldn't even see it. I couldn't tell what it was. I'm not Well, who has a Bible study but blocks certain people so they can't come? Who does that? Did Jesus do that? Yeah, she distinctly said that I'm blocked from her Bible studies. I've never tried to go in, but she distinctly said I'm blocked from her Bible studies. Like, who would do that? I see churches that like put up all are welcome. That's just somebody who isn't looking to like fix anybody or help anybody or be a support system to somebody. Oh yeah, it's only recently that I knew that you could tap on the avatar and see it bigger. Simka, yeah, sure did. Even though I'm not a sinner, but hey, maybe that's why I take so much crap. Maybe I was friends with sinners too much. Not you guys, of course. I know, and I saw her letting I know, right? High five, head. I got blocked from the Jimmy Swaggart channel, but that's no big deal. Just because I asked if they knew any other song, I mean, they just kept playing the same song over and over. I mean, at first they were a pretty good band, but I mean, like, come on now. Plus, Jimmy Swaggart, I mean, we all know what he did. Yep, I'm blocked from Bible study. I think Simca is too. I don't know if Simca is or not. Yeah, I know, she sure does, man. They do too. They say the ugliest. But by the way, Ashley, I think it will be good news. You know what? I mean, the salt blessed by the priest and everything is like so really, really like something that somebody would do and think, so every grain, that's what she said to me, every grain is blessed. So when salt your food with it or do whatever, what every grain is blessed. And Joan of Arc is one of my heroes. She really is. I mean, I did a lot of studying on her, and that's where I learned about. I know this is just like a little bit of trivia kind of information here, but the Dauphin, in Corleone, what was it, Corleone, where she was going? Remember, um, to speak to the Dauphin, and he had they had said, pick who he is. They didn't, have him crowned. Who is the king or something like that. I think they even maybe put the crown on somebody different. And she said, that is not him. Yeah, that's right. She walked in to see, and she said, that's not him. And she pointed, she walked over to the person who was the Dauphin. So I never knew this, but good night, Firehead. We appreciate you stopping in. Thank you so much for your positive comment, and, anytime you want to pop in, anytime at all. Usually something that I'll see on YouTube will drive me to go live, and then we end up having like a really, really good conversation. And so anytime at all, I think, Um, but dolphin is a royal animal. So when they would, refer to the king as the Dauphin, it's dolphin. That's why some of the coat of arms there have dolphins on them. The Dauphin. That's where also, like disguise, or being under the guise of comes from is the family of the guys. They had pretended to be royalty, and for a little while there, they succeeded in the house of the guys. Yeah, and but they weren't royalty. That's where that comes from too. Disguise, the guys. When somebody once asked my dad, well, her professor or whatever in school, college, said, how do you know that, Rachel? Because the teacher had said, she marked it wrong and was like, that word is something like that, It's a college professor, too. Because my daughter used the term under the guise of, And I said, oh, hell no, you go right back and you tell her, and I told her how the word originated, and the teacher was like, oh, I didn't know that. How do you know it? She said, my mother. She said, oh, is your mother studying for her PhD? And she said, no, she just likes to know everything. Not that I like to know everything, but I do. But unfortunately, in school, I wasn't like as, passionate about history and things like that. As passionate in school. I wish I had been. I remember my mother saying I could have run rings around, you know. Oh, and just want to point this out. Sharon, you didn't put the twist on when I said about the cars that they were all black and looked alike. And then I said, the cars, that's not racist, so nobody can go ahead and use that. And I said, how much do you bet? Sharon, you are so predictable. What happened? You couldn't come up with any content, so you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that one. How long are you going to talk about me locking, forgetting my keys in the house and the door shutting behind me? Do you know that's a real common thing in the world? People lock their keys in their car. Um, I understand that living in a bando, you probably don't even know what keys are. You don't even probably know what car keys are since you've just, hot wired the fucking cars that you did drive. God dang. Bumper humper. Get off my leg, weirdo. Seriously. You know that if you gave them permission that you wouldn't emasculate them, that gearhead, Piercy, Mr. Rourke, and any other person in your chat would be right over here, right? You know that those are probably the people watching that don't talk, right? That's the only reason you can keep, that's the only way you can keep the people in your chat, is by using others as an example of how much you have no boundaries. You have no boundaries. You have nothing at all. Just because you confirmed that that you did text Missing Loyalty and told her to stay over at S Jeans, does it make it any more pathetic? Now you do know. Yeah, I brought my fucking phone into the phone store to say, look, basically, and no, it's not a crappy phone, okay? Sharon, when was the last time you bought your own phone? Yeah, they won't speak, but my live stream is their topic. Isn't that ironic, Missing Loyalty? It's all your people sitting in here that don't even really like your live stream anymore, Sharon. I mean, it is fucking pathetic. Your live, your live stream's pathetic, Sharon. Pathetic. Pathetic. Do you know why your videos don't get a lot of views, like the ones that you say that's why you play them on your live stream? Hi, Hidden Blessings. Hoping you're alright. Because they suck. You're not funny, Sharon. Yeah, I know. But Janelle sits there saying, whoever Trick No Good is has a broken screen, so who would that be? Well, I don't know, especially if your buddy Sharon just said, I just got a new phone. Why the fuck would I tell people to subscribe to your channel, Janelle? Of course I'm not Trick No Good. And why are you still talking about me? Why was it so difficult for you when I removed that community post for you to carry on in a positive manner? Ask yourself that, Janelle. I'm not trying to put you down or anything. It's like people who you call your friends. Same with Bama. When Sharon was saying, don't even try it. You don't wish her well. Shut up, Sharon. You knew you were one of the first people I told, even though I knew I couldn't trust you. But I just, you happened to call me at the moment, and I told you. You were one of the first people I told about that biopsy coming up positive. And you were the first person to start harassing. And Tandra was right on board. But you knew. I confided in you, knowing you couldn't be trusted. Because I'm silly. There was something in me that wanted to think you might be a normal person. But you're not. You are not normal. There's nothing of compassion in you. Not a single thing. None. I confided in you. I treated you like a human being and confided in you. And you took that as an opportunity to start harassing. Remember? Because you used to say, last thing I want is, I don't want to be having SG going at me and stuff, until I told you that the biopsy was positive. And you jumped on it. You jumped on that. You proved that as much as I wanted to see good in you. See, I knew eventually I'd talk about it on my channel. I knew I would. So even if you blurted it out or whatever, but you didn't. You went one step further. You didn't. You went even further. You're non-stop harassing me, and your buddies are too. And Tandra, you joined in with them. She thought it was a weak moment. Sharon, I'll never be as weak as you. I don't wake up in the morning and need a fix. I'll never be that. Even if I ever need chemotherapy again, but I don't wake up and I'm not putting people down that do need a fix. But I'm pretty sure none of them are as disgusting as yourself. You're a healthy addict that is ungrateful for your continued ability to have some kind of, control over it or whatever. Is what an incident? No, this is recent. Yeah, the recent. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I told 3 people that I knew I had it, but 3 people that, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that's what she's doing, Henry. Sharon was the one, and Tiandra. She knew what I was going through, but she started when the night of my sister's anniversary of her death, too. That's why her new channel, the date, you'll look at the date. My sister died June 16th, and you'll see Tiandra's new channel. Like, she deleted her channel in order to wipe any trace of her in my channel, in my chats, clear. And then restarted her channel. But you can see, and timing is everything. Timing is everything. Timing matters in comedy. Timing matters in compassion. Timing is everything. But Andrew, I never said you had been committed. Only to you, privately, facetiously. You never said you'd been committed to me. I was being facetious. Like, do you really think I'm calling your mother even? I said, I swear to God, I'm going to call your mom and have her commit you again. Tanja. But you make a video about it on the same day. You didn't even have the decency to privately respond. And your video is about, but I won't go public with things I won't do that. No, come on now, Sandra. That's a public video. You didn't respond privately. That was a private email. Well, you got to be more specific than that, hidden blessings. Well, specifically, what's your question? Now Prudently's going around telling people I'm doing rails. Spoken like a true cokehead. Rails? Really, Prue? Oh, and CVX, as for your audio of me doing mine. Here's the thing, though. I'm not doing mine. So, shut the fuck up. Sharon, yeah. These people who are going around like that, Prudently, you're really going to go around talking about she's doing rails while you're donating to Sharon when she's sick in the morning? And the same thing they always going on about. I'll talk to you on the phone so I can explain more to you. Came in kind of late. But yes, Joan of Arc is very much one of my heroes. Very much so. You know why? Because she believed. She had faith. She had believed. She didn't just believe like in God and have faith in God. She convinced people to believe in themselves. And when they had been losing battles, yeah, you gotta check to see if you still have me blocked, because I tried to call you the other day. And it went right to voicemail. But not that she blocked me for any reason other than she didn't know the phone number. Okay, that's what I was not you guys, but the people who pretend to like Sharon but really enjoy this conversation more. Um, so yeah, like they believed in her, so it showed their faith. And oh, okay, well, I just really like Joan of Arc, and I really like that medal that Trish said. I think it's wonderful. How are you guys all doing? Okay, you guys all good? Holy moly, I couldn't fucking move my phone for a minute there. Not that I couldn't move it physically, but I couldn't, okay. Okay, that's okay. Holy moly. Does your son do it for you? No? Maybe ladies want to have a dance, Yeah, what was that? Somebody wrote, oh, you got good news at the dentist. What kind of good news is that? You got good teeth? It gets scary as you start getting older. And the dentist, you know what I mean? Because you start thinking, oh my God, am I going to, like, lose my teeth? Like, you know what I'm saying? I've had nightmares like that. Have you ever had nightmares like that? Oh, that's cool. Hey, hi, Mandy. Amanda, well, you came and you left without bacon. Your dad was a dentist? My God, you must have such nice teeth. I bit the dental hygienist once. I was little, alright? But you know what my favorite thing was when I was little for going to the dentist? Going in that treasure chest. Did your dentist have a treasure chest? Oh, that's good. Did they give you professional courtesy and you get free dental work? Yeah, I was little. I did other things when I was little too that probably were like, ridiculous. You know, you ever just be sitting there when you're little and you're like, I wonder what would happen if I bit my dental hygienist. Wonder what would happen if I ever put this fork in this waitress's hand. You know, right? If you're little though, it's not like they can just like reach out and slap you. Hey, don't be working at a pediatric dentist then. Hey, don't be wiping up the table in front of me then. Ow! She stabbed me. No, I didn't. It's a fork. Listen, let me just say I was very young, and I do believe I found it offensive that she had that washcloth wiping the table. It was Easter. Give me a break. It was Easter. One time I tried to sell all my mother's washcloths. You know, I was probably about 2 or 3, and a nice neighborhood. People were rich there. There was a stoplight, so they would stop, and I felt that as I had just bathed, people would see how clean I was, and so I had all her washcloths out there ready to sell them, which she promptly put a stop to. whatever. That woman. I'm sure Sharon's gonna be like making her next video. HG stabbed a waitress. I've never stabbed a waitress. I thought about it, I said. And people bite dental hygienists all the time. But he really did have the best treasure chest going as dentists go. Dentists with treasure chests. Exactly, Simka. It really is. You know, my daughter gets no Novocaine or no numbing stuff or anything. She gets none of that. None of it. When she's getting a filling or anything. No Novocaine, no nothing. Do you want to know why? I never knew this. Because I really thought this dentist was really funny. Um, like she did too, think he was funny eventually, but apparently, so okay, so the first time, right, when I had to take her to this other dentist because her father failed miserably at his dental duties, because I said to him, you know, look, we got to split this up because I got to take myself to the doctor, the dentist. At that time, they only had half day kindergarten. Your son does that too? That's why my daughter does it. Because the needle. That that's why. Yeah, that's why. And so he was just, you know, he was really bad at his dental duties. So we got to split this up because, you know, I can't keep having him miss work if she's sick, if I'm sick, if I have a dentist appointment, doctor's appointment, she has a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment. Everything was on me. I said, you're going to need to take some kind of responsibility for appointments for her. So he was a failure as a dentist. And so took her to this different dentist, and he says, open up, he tells Rachel to open her mouth wide. And she opens her mouth, and she looks terrified, right? Like it's like a silent scream, right? And mind you, she still had all her baby teeth then, so it was baby teeth then. That's how little she was. And she opens her mouth and looks terrified. And he goes, Rachel, you look like my wife when I get home from work. I died laughing. Oh my God, he was so funny. And another time he's doing work at her. He goes, well, if it hurts, raise your left hand, not your right one, because you'll be punching me in the face. He was just a funny guy. So I guess one time the her grandparents had taken her to the dentist, the new dentist that I found had taken her, and so he was so funny. I guess she didn't find it funny because this is where she decided never to get any Novocaine. He was giving her a filling, and he had asked her when he was talking to her, oh, what's your plans, for tonight, whatever. And she said she was going to a sleepover. And he goes, oh, can I come? Like, just kidding around. He was kidding around. Okay. And she goes, I don't think you want to hang out with a bunch of, kids. And so he goes, and he's setting up everything for the filling and the Novocaine there. And he turns around with the needle and he squirts that. It's a really long needle, I guess. And I never knew this had happened. And finally, when she said that she didn't use any Novocaine, I said, "You don't? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Why?" And she told me this story. Apparently, her grandparents didn't tell me either. He squirted a little bit out of the top with this really long needle, and he goes, "Can I go now?" Like, just kidding. And she burst into tears. She said he felt so bad, Mom. And then, so she was crying too much. They could not do the work. Figures, that's how those fuckers were, the other side of the family. No, sir, just kidding. Never able to comfort her at the dentist except for her mom. Her beautiful teeth now are all on account of me. So, 'cause I raised her. So she might have good oral hygiene now. Well, she would have her whole life anyway. She was with me. I did that. She picked up on it because it was presented to her. And same with the education stuff. And it was presented to her. So, whatever the case may be. I do want to say to Gearhead and Piercy and anybody else who wants to make cracks about cancer and stuff like that, I hope you never have to deal with the things that happening to you or one of your loved ones that you're saying and doubting or laughing about when you speak of me. I really hope you never have to deal with that and you never have to read ugly words that yourself have written, people like yourself. I hope none of that ever happens to you. Okay? Sharon, you reading out the post that I made? You do realize that that community post and that those words, that was all written above the suicide of a kid, right? Of a kid. You were ridiculing what was being said above a very important, horrifying, very sad thing that occurs. If I was, 18 and my life was just beginning, some of the things that these fuckers might be saying would be really crushing. But Sharon, you're just wasting your time and spinning your wheels. I mean, if this is all you got, then all right, there you go. There's a little more content for you. I mean, it's pathetic, and I would suggest that anybody who is under the threat of Sharon and particular people who enjoy digging up people's, like Prudently wants attention, but she doesn't have the looks to command it. So she does it another way, by threatening people. But Prudently, it can go both ways, right? You have an address too. As for you, Sharon, did SG get the wrong address? You know that I don't know your address, nor do I care to, Sharon? You understand that? Plus, I really don't have a problem with Polo. I wouldn't get him in trouble, and I'm not a cop dog. But Prudently, does your husband know? Your children know? I mean, I have to question how your kids would know where to find meth when your good friend Sharon said, well, of course, Coward and SG don't know where meth is there. You're not going to find it if you're not looking for it. So were your kids looking for it currently? That they were able to tell you and confirm that it could be found? Why would you try to confirm that it could be found in my town? Your town is one of the, you know, I ain't no ritzy town, bitch. That's no ritzy town. It ain't. Like a junky little town. Now, I'm not saying you don't have money prudently. I'm sure there's people with money out there. They like to live out far. But the fact that your kids confirm that meth can be found should be alarming to you. So instead of using that to try to act like I'm on meth, you might want to take a look in your house. I don't mean like physically. I mean, you're a real fucking psycho, in my opinion. You really are. Such a travesty. I mean, you're not even teaching the Bible. You're teaching somebody else's workbook, what they think of the Bible. You're not even reading it out. You're not even like pondering your opinions and learning with each other. You're not even doing that. That's no Bible study. You're just reading somebody else's workbook. It goes on and on and on and on and on. How long on the same chapter? I mean, fucking real? Then you end it with saying that I've got a demon attached to me. You let your room say mean, horrible things about people, and you let Sharon sit in there and you kiss her ass. You're not mad at me, are you, Sharon? I have no clue. And a blessing. Honestly, I really don't know. I don't know anybody on fentanyl, and I don't know anybody on that. I really don't know. Interesting, though, that prudently kids can tell her where meth is, and prudently refers to cocaine as rails. I think she's trying to see how far she can pull the wool over people's eyes while being absolutely demonic. Absolutely demonic. Not too far from people aren't that stupid, and there's a lot of good people in the world. And but the fact of the matter is, we had an 8-hour conversation, Prudently and I, about the Bible. An 8-hour conversation about the Bible. And yet, to her, I'm some evil person. I have a demon attached. You sent me a Bible. And where is my address coming from? Is it you, Prudently, to Sharon? Is it? You're so vicious, I would be inclined to think it could be. But who knows? Who knows? Sharon, in the words of Archie Bunker, stifle it. Sharon. Apparently, I haven't hit. Who knows? I don't even know. I don't even wish these people ill will or nothing. I just wish for them to become better. Start saying kind things. Start manifesting kind words and positivity. You just never know. Things change. One day changes to the next, you know? Yes, Sharon, I was at the liquor store and I put my car on the trunk so I could, you know, get all my liquor organized. I mean, shut the fuck up. I was pumping gas and put my pocketbook on the back of the trunk. I know you don't know anything about that. Sharon, you wouldn't know anything about pumping gas. We understand that. You're just full of gas. You're just a disgrace. Shame. Anyway, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Power of positive prayers for everyone. And peace, love, and tacos. And you're right, Panzer. Kindness is free and encouragement does mean everything. Stop lying. You're so disappointing. You really are. It's a shame. Have a wonderful night. United we stand, divided we fall. Steel sharpens steel.